Pa family of Rangoon moved to Singapore in 1926 and became extremely rich. They did this by selling an ointment called Tiger Balm. This was billed as a medicine for, well, everything. Just rub it on and you will feel better. In 1934, they built the Ho Pa Villa with its gardens full of lively illustrations of various Chinese legends, and they hoped that it would educate the youth of those days in the essential morality of Chinese culture. All right, this is what happens when you have a lack of filial piety. Over here, what we see is what will happen to all those protesters in Hong Kong, because this is, you get tied to a red-hot copper pillar and grilled for social unrest, urging people to social unrest. This is what you get. See? Cheating during examinations, you get your intestines and organs pulled out. I think that's the guy over there, that's the cheat. This is King Tai Shan, or Tarzan, this is nowadays. Interesting one here, for rape, you get your head and arms chopped off. If I'm not mistaken, the person getting their head and arms chopped off there doesn't look too much like a rapist, or the victim, but there you go. Well, you know, after all that suffering, you come to this, the 10th court of hell, where they give you a potion where you forget everything and they send you off to be reincarnated. There you go. Well, how can you learn your lesson then if you forget everything? So, the ointments cured all your illnesses, and Chinese culture could cure all your moral ailments. Ho and Pa were actually brothers. They were Orboon Ho and Orboon Pa, which translates as refined tiger and refined leopard. They originally started in Rangoon, where their father ran a Chinese medicine business called the Eng Aon Tong. The British raided their offices for opium, which by the 1920s was an illegal trade, though up in Burma even nowadays it's only nominally illegal. Orboon Ho moved to Singapore and persuaded his brother to run a factory there producing their father's magic ointment, 10,000 golden oil, rebranded as Tiger Balm. Orboon Ho was the salesman of the team and did everything to create a solid brand image. He even had a car shaped like a tiger. His idea was that people might use the ointment in the hope that some of this luck would rub off. Orboon Ho was flashy to say the least, and managed to have 4 wives. His second wife was 13 years old, and his third was 16, and his fourth was comparatively ancient in being 23. I'm not sure whether he had them all at once or finished one before starting the next. Judging by the scenes of Chinese life lifted from the old British colonial period, I'd hazard a guess that those 4 somewhat overlapped. The social landscape modelled by the gardens gives one a strong sense of the pre- and post-war era, and maybe a good sense of Orboon Ho's, let us say, robust nature. One gets the sense that his brother Pa was a quieter type. but they watched each other's back. Orbunho built the villa for his brother, and they opened up the gardens, including their swimming pool, to the public. One might say that he was the Richard Branson of his day. He expanded his business into newspapers from Rangoon to Bangkok to Hong Kong, as well as Singapore, liberally advertising Tiger Balm. And he also opened up banks financing small businesses. So he was a friend of the people, sort of. He was a generous man, and his charitable actions actually earned him an OBE in the 1930s. The war proved something of a strain, though, and that ended with Horbun Pa closing up the factory in Singapore and returning to Rangoon, where he died in 1944. And Orbun Ha moved to Hong Kong and became somewhat tarnished with accusations of collaboration with the Japanese. However, after the war, he rebuilt his business, but in 1954 he died. He had many children, and of course, naturally, they squabbled over the money, and the estate finally faded away. There's a lot to see at Tiger Balm Gardens, and there are many stories to tell about the Orbun brothers. They do run tours there, so take a look on the internet and see if you can book one up.